This is Knitting in the Meantime, and I believe we're on chapter 16. Yay! What is that? Okay. Yay! Continue with the yay. I believe we're gonna get interrupted by the male person. Maybe not. Awesome. Hi. I am Chris King Notary on Instagram, and I can tell you two things right now. It's been raining in Florida. My hair looks crazy. I don't think it matters what I do to it. It's just gonna do what it's gonna do. So I have it pulled back. Not happy about that. But what can we do? All right. I promise you a love story. If you follow me on Instagram, I said I was gonna give you a love story. It's not really a love story. It's the story of Bike Week. Okay, so a long time ago, when about a year after Jerry and I had met, we were getting ready to get married. It's 2 weeks before our wedding, and we had no notary. So my father-in-law said, "Hey, I guess he had a biker friend who is a notary, and he could marry us." And we're like super excited. And then he said, "You have to go to Bike Week," because unfortunately this was just before Bike Week started. Well, you have to go to Bike Week to the campgrounds, so that way you can go and ask him. I've never been to Bike Week before. I don't think. I've done spring break in Daytona Beach, Florida, but not Bike Week. So that was pretty interesting. A little bit of a culture shock. So yeah, um, we asked him. He said yes when the wedding happened, and I'm gonna have to find a photo to upload because I remember one thing that my mom said after was that because they got there earlier than I did, my mom was like, "Leave it to you to have a biker perform the wedding ceremony." I was like, it wouldn't be me if it wasn't different or fun. So this week, or this past weekend, I want to say on Saturday, um, after the disaster with the children and all that sad, crappy stuff. I promise you, there's no sad, crappy stuff this week. It's all happy. I promise you. Um, so on Wednesday, I had called my sister Carrie slash bestie, obviously, and I go like, we need a break. Me and Jerry need a break. Because unfortunately, if you don't take breaks, it just builds up in you. So we just needed to get out of the house. I don't think it really mattered where we went, but Bike Week just happened to be going on right now, and it started last week. So, or not last week. I think it was last weekend, and during the weekend, something like that. I don't know how it works, and I'm not trying to pretend that I do. So, of course, we go to Bike Week. It was kind of nice because it kind of reminded us of like the time that we went 18 years ago. Although the people there are usually they're usually the same people, according to Jerry. You just see them every year as they age, and um, we got to see a lot of really cool bikes and stuff. And unfortunately, it is Florida. It is also very, a lot of these people are veterans. We're talking Vietnam, Korea, and all these people, and they have their own opinions, which they are entitled to. I don't judge. You can have your opinions. I have my opinions. We all just have to get along, keep it peaceful. So, anyways, obviously, there's a lot of um, shops. When you walk through Main Street, there's a lot of shops and whatnot. There's t-shirts, hats. I mean, you name it, it's there. Um, there was like all kinds of things on t-shirts that I will not even bring up because some of my friends might actually get annoyed. Like I said, I don't judge these people. It was a little intimidating, and it did make me feel uncomfortable because um I'm not around that kind of stuff all the time. So just the fact there were so many people, and I was just like, okay, I can deal with the social anxiety of it all, but it was just too much. Too much. So we walked around for about 2 hours, came home, and reminisce about, the time that we went to Bike Week to get a notary. So this notary can marry us, and he did, and it was great, and it was nice to revisit that memory. We haven't had to. Sometimes we don't get a chance to just stop and think. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because our anniversary is this month. And unfortunately, I don't think that when we picked our wedding date, I don't think we were thinking we were going to have kids in the future and they will have spring break and things like that. Unfortunately, every year for God knows how long since my kids have been in school, spring break, our anniversary is at the end of spring break. So it was nice to just be like, I know that this is not the greatest anniversary thing, but we at least got to go out. We got to go out together. I got a couple of t-shirts. I even got Carrie a t-shirt because she was so nice and she took care of my kids. So that way we could take a break. And I was very excited about that because Carrie's awesome. And, believe it or not, for a really long time, Carrie's always had our back. So, I mean, it's great. I mean, so much that um Jerry's friend, Josh, who was um who was a part of our wedding party, uh he met Carrie at my wedding, and a couple of years later they got married. Um, so we made them family. So I was very excited about that. Um, the fact that he was my friend first, very happy about that. And yeah, I don't sugarcoat it with him, so I don't have to. So it's kind of fun. But he's a good person, and of course, he's always around, and whenever he's needed something and whenever we've needed something, he's always there for us. So I'm always kind of happy about that. Well, actually, both my sisters and both my brother-in-laws are the same, so I'm always kind of happy to just have them around. Excited about that. You're like, but what about the knitting? Because you're not knitting. I'm not knitting right this second. Cuz during this whole ordeal with the bad stuff that happened with the children, bad days happen. We just, you know, I was just venting mostly. And oh, before I forget, I want to say thank you to all the people that send me DMs. The people that just basically took the time out to make sure that we were okay. And I promise you, we're all okay. Cora is okay. Um, Willow is okay. It seems like what we're doing now seems to be working. Hopefully, we won't be having any more bad days for a while. This one was a pretty bad one. And, it happens very rarely, but I wanted to make sure to put it in a video because there are people out there. There are people out there that are like me. And sometimes representation matters. You see that and you're like, okay, great, you know, nothing. But to someone who has a kid like me, um, they're like, okay, I am not alone. Other people go through this. It's okay to go through this. It's okay to go through the emotions. It's okay to process, and it's okay to just get it out of you. Just talk to someone. And sometimes there's no one to talk to. And so I talked to you guys. I recorded a video, and a lot of people didn't like it. Well, sucky. I actually very excited because look what came in the mail. It actually came after what I like to refer to the shit show. And Sophia Tully. I'm actually waiting. Okay, so I was gonna cast on a pair of socks from this because I really want to try this method. I actually read the entire book like in like a day. I was so excited. I've been in a sock knitting funk for a while and I'm just going through the motions. I'm literally just making the essentials. I promised my brother-in-law, Will, what up, bro? Um, that I would make him a pair of socks. I'm still working on them. I actually put them in my car because I do spend quite a bit of time in my car. Um, so I have it there. I already have a quarter of the second sock done. So I'm excited. I have Willow socks that are over here, but I'm kind of taking my time with Willow socks because those are her birthday socks and her birthday's not until next month. So we're good. Um, but I really want to try this knit two socks in one method, and it is like something new and it's also something really exciting because not just because it's new, it's just a new method, and sometimes that's what kickstarts my sock mojo. Hopefully, again, I also gifted myself a or not gifted myself, but more like I bought some Knit Picks yarn. Alright, so I have a book that has a lot of summer knits. And for some reason here in Florida, a lot of people, when they make their summer knits, they use cotton yarns, cotton blend, and things like that. And I didn't want to do that. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. I've actually made a couple of things a couple of years ago. Made myself a couple of tops that were with cotton yarn, and I did not care for it. It has a lot of, it doesn't have a lot of ease, and I don't like clothes to be tight on me. So yeah, it literally it eventually went to one of the kids, and I'm pretty sure it's been thrown out because I just did not care for it. But I did order some stuff from Knit Picks, and these, I can't remember what they're called. They had a weird name. Hold on. There it is. I put this on vibrate in case people decide to interrupt me, since it seems like that kind of a day. It's like, it has a weird name. It's called Colombola or Colombora or something like that. They're shorties too. They're not regular needles. And I bought them because I have a regular Knit Picks wood needle set. And I don't use it very often. I only use it when... Oh my god, where's the name? For the love of... Oh, that's... Oh, there we go. There we go. Coco Bolo Clutch Short Interchangeable Set. That's what it's called. Is this little doohickey? It looks like a... Okay. It looks the size of a wallet. It's the size of a wallet. And if you open it, in fact, my husband was like, oh, I didn't know you could buy a wallet from Knit Picks. I'm like, no, man. No. So I did pull out a pair because I started using them immediately. And it does come with all of these. But wait, there's more. These are light bulb stitches and regular stitch markers and whatever. These are very short. I'm going to pull one out. So, these are very short. But I was having a hard time because the weather keeps changing in Florida. Like, it's been in the 80s and 90s, and now this weekend, this whole week, it's been raining. And now they're saying that on Saturday night, we're going to have 30s and 40s. Yeah. I'm just glad that I didn't put all the winter stuff away. Oh, this has a... What is that? It's like a sticker thing. Oh, no, it looks even prettier. So I bought this. Yeah, I'm not sponsored by Knit Picks. I'm just showing you what I bought. And then I bought a bunch of palette. Knit Picks palette. Here's my reasoning. I don't want to make summer knits like tank tops and stuff like that in cotton or cotton blend. I know people say you should do it in that, and people that live in this area will tell you it's really hot outside and whatnot, but I don't make I don't wear tight clothes. I don't wear anything that feels too like, it has to have a lot of ease. And even making the biggest size in the past just didn't seem like it had enough ease, and it just felt heavy on me, so I didn't care to do that. So yes, it's in a bag. I paid for that bag. Oh, I'm not gonna... That's just... There's a reason why I live in Florida, people. It rains a lot. So I bought two, I think it was 2 value packs. And one of the value packs that I bought is called, I think it's called Candy Rainbow or Rainbow, something like that. So anyways, I bought that, and then I bought another one called Cottage. And I bought that one because for some reason Cora really like pastel colors, and that's what it reminded me of. So I saw it and I was like, well, let me just do that. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Yeah, one of them is called Rainbow something. The Candy Rainbow Palette Yarn Sampler. And then the other one that I bought for Cora is called Country Cottage. And Cora and I wear about the same like if I make it for myself, she would be able to wear it. It might be a little big, but not too big. So I just bought the extra colors because I thought, those colors would look nice. But yeah, this is just, um, I had, for Christmas, like a zillion years ago, Jerry had bought me, um, I'm just going to set it right there. Jerry had bought me a, rainbow sampler of Knit Picks palette, and I thought it was great. I checked out the colors. I think most of the colors are the same, and I still have it. I haven't really used it. So I was like, okay, so if I were to use this for something, what would I use it for? And I looked into one of the books that I have for warmer weather knits and stuff like that. And I was just like, well, I could probably size down because wool kind of grows and has a lot of positive ease and stuff. So I thought, well, maybe instead of having to make something like a 38, I can always go down to something like 36, which is what I would normally wear, and or what I'm supposed to wear according to my measurements. But I never look at those things. I look at comfort. Um, but yeah, very excited. Um, and I like fun colors. I don't like dark traditional dark colors and stuff, and sometimes I just want to put something bright and pretty into it because why not, right? Why not? My last cup of coffee of the day. I'm literally stretching it out. BJ's no longer carries my coffee. So we're trying to experiment with not other brands, but the same brand but different type of coffee to see if that worked. Life is just funny, isn't it? You heard that ding? That's saying that my package has arrived. I know what it is, so I can tell you. So when I ordered the Christmas colorway from Pretty Twisted Yarns, that's Teresa. What up, girl? Um, she had pre-orders open at that time. I believe she's trying to move away from that. Good for her. Grow your business and then grow it again. We evolve. So I'm really excited about it because after my brother-in-law and Harper got into an argument over this yarn, I turned around and ordered Goth Like Christmas 2 from Teresa. Pretty Twisted Yarns. I'm going to keep repeating Pretty Twisted Yarns because sometimes people don't know who Teresa is. And if you don't know, then what's wrong with you? She's awesome. So I had ordered it, and of course, unfortunately, Teresa had the shingles. I think she had COVID and then shingles, or somebody in her house had COVID and then she got shingles. And it wasn't like um, wimpy shingles, I guess. It was pretty bad. I have a lot of respect for Teresa because I had the worst case of chickenpox when I was a kid. I had it twice in a row, and I had them inside and outside, and it was not pleasant, people. Not pleasant. And 11 or 10 to 11-year-olds should not spend time in the hospital being isolated. It's just not good. This is what you turn out to be, a crazy person. um but I'm really excited. because apparently I just got the ding that it's in my mailbox and I'm so excited. I'll post a picture on Instagram. Um, when people do pre-order, when you do a pre-order, you got to be patient because you got to be super patient. And Teresa is awesome about keeping on top of like these things. And if she is sending you a message, hey, listen, this is happening, it's going to be a little late, you be totally understanding. In this case, I was just like, don't don't worry about it. It'll come when it'll come. I'm not even worried about it. Just take care of yourself. You know, I was more concerned about my friend being sick than this stupid yarn. Because if something happens to my friend, who's gonna make my yarn? Right? Priorities, people. You can replace yarn, but you cannot replace people. Believe me, they've tried. Couldn't even get it working. Oh, my husband couldn't find the coffee creamer that I like, which is the Italian sweet cream. He brought me the Simply sweet cream. I'm not enjoying it, but I'm powering through it, just like with everything else. Listen, let me tell you something. For the love of God. Let's pause for phone call. Oh, goodness. I had to pause to take a call from my husband, who's calling to tell me that he's going to be late today. Yeah. Anyways, really excited that I got my yarn from Pre-Twisted Yarns, and I'm debating whether I should go get it now or just wait until later when Willow gets home, because I actually have been doing a lot of like pre spring break stuff, making sure that our stuff is ready, mostly because I have certain chores for the kids to do, and because of that, I have to stay on top of it because otherwise they won't get done. So yeah, but I need to show you something. Wait, I'm gonna dump it. I'm just gonna dump it. I'm just gonna do it. Don't worry, that bag is gonna get recycled in my house. I have kids. There's always all kinds of things. I know how I'm gonna do it. We ready? Blush. Kumquat Heather. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Clarity. I actually love this color. It's like a super light blue. Actually, they had it in Knit Picks Brava and Brava 500, and I actually bought it. And Harper's been jonesing to get it because she loves that. This is Opal Heather. We're about to get hit with really bad weather. Hyacinth? I don't know. Aster. This is alfalfa. I do love this color. I believe I used the Mighty Stitch version in Jerry Sweater. This is orange. Macaw. Seagrass. Seagrass. I was going to say Sea Glass. Sea Glass is a color by Nanette Bergensen. Thank you so much, Nanette, for your card. I love you. You know it. Custard. Sagebrush. Oh, you're seeing a theme here. Rouge. Caribbean. Love this one. I kind of wish I would have ordered more of this one, because I think it would be like an excellent main color. Spruce. Semolina. I like this one too. Custard again. Some of these are repeats. Serrano. And this color was actually, I believe, the Crazy Zoc lady. She made a bunch of stockings for her family. And this is the red that she used. Serrano. It's just part of the collection. Huckleberry Heather. Urchin. Let me make sure you can see it. I don't know if you can. Jesus Christ, I know. Green Tea Heather. And there's two of these, definitely. I know that for a fact. Let's just... Are they repeats? Yep, that's Clarity. Sagebrush. I'm pretty sure I showed that. Tranquil. I love this. Wonderland Heather. Seraphim. Ooh. Seraphim. Suede. I like this color too. It's not one of my favorites, but I would definitely use that as a main color. And Spearmint. So I bought a lot of these because I wanted to take, I have a lot of color work sweater patterns that could be made into like tops instead of full-on sweaters. A lot of them have a lot of colors, obviously. And I thought, well, palette is great for color work. And I also I had bought a book, I think it was like back in, I don't know, December maybe. Psst, who knows? And it's from Knit Picks, and it has a bunch of, it has like socks, hats, and sweaters, scarves, mittens, and all kinds of things in color work. And some of the patterns use palette. So I thought, I just want to make sure that I have at least 100 grams of each color. When I went to check the value pack of the rainbow, the colors seemed like they were all the same as the ones that I had. So I ordered it. I ordered the extra one because I think Cora, I think that one country cottage one, it's like 50-gram balls in different colors, and I thought that's probably enough to make something short sleeve for her, because Cora likes to steal my clothes. I just gave her a bunch of my t-shirts so that way she could stop borrowing them. Anyways, like I said, this was a lighter, happier episode. I guess we'll call it an unboxing, and I love the story. And something cute and funsy for, this week, I guess. I don't know how much time I've been talking because I had to stop and talk to my husband for a minute. But definitely know it's not an hour long. Who's got time for that? You did. you did this morning when you were watching We Share Needles. I pause a lot. I listen, if your podcast is an hour long, don't expect me to sit there the entire time and watch you. It's very rare that I get to do that. So I pause it. I there's a TV right there. Right there. You can't see it. But there's a TV right there, and I will watch it there, and I'll be sitting here knitting while I'm watching you. Uh, you know, I have to pause it when I have to leave to take one of the children that lives here to their bus stop. So I pause it so I don't lose it, so I don't lose my place. Um, Lately, I discovered that for some strange reason, now I can pause it on the TV and then start playing it on my phone, and it just picks right up. And I was just like, YouTube gets me. So yeah, been doing that, and it's been working out because sometimes I have to leave because there's an emergency or something happens, and um, if I have to sit there and wait, it's just something great to kill time before I continue doing that. Yeah. I think that's the last of the. No, that's not the last of the yarn that I ordered. This is what happens when I have a bad week. I'm just saying, I was pretty good. I had not bought any yarn. And we went to that one yarn shop, me and Cora. It did not work out. In fact, Cora keeps, I guarantee you, Cora's going to get Jerry to take me there. Or Cora's going to be like, I want to go with mom. I want her to go to this place. Um, I can see this happening. My kids are very, very good at this stuff. Plus, they like getting hand knits. They appreciate them. They wear them all the time. You should see Cora with her little sweater, with her superstition sweater. I She's had so many people come up to her at school about it, and she just, I think she loves that, the fact that, she's proud of it, and I enjoy that. I enjoy that immensely, immensely. Um, but yeah, I have been um having some issues with my metal needles just because of the weather changes and stuff. I don't know why it's happening, but um I'm actually excited to be able to start using my wood needles again. I haven't used them in forever. Um so hopefully everything will work out. I've been working on my Raven calendar. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. But I already cast on the body for the first sleeve. I had some major issues this week with it, but nothing that could not be fixed. I was able to fix it. Um, the cable that I had was not long enough, and I ended up having to switch the cable out. And unfortunately, before I changed the cable, Will came in here. I'm sitting on my bed, first of all. In case you haven't figured it out, this is my bed. So when someone sits on this, like my bed did this number, and I was knitting like normal speed for me, which is not fast. You've seen it. And I'm doing it magic loop, which, as you know, is not my favorite, but I did it anyway. So I didn't have a whole lot of cable on the one side where the body was cast on, where you do the uh, extra stitches for the body. So I'm at that point and whatever, and I go to pull my needle so that way I can continue knitting, and on the other side. And in that moment, Willow sat down, and I ended up pulling the cable, and all my stitches bunched in. And I could not for the life of me get them out. And it's like 20 stitches, and they butched in, and it was like a thing about this. And I'm using black yarn right now. Um, and yeah, I had a small panic attack. But, and this is why, even if you don't like knitting podcasters, but they do have really good tutorials. This is why you should always watch a tutorial, because you never know, you might actually learn something. So I watched the Nitty Nutty knitting tutorial that was for two circular needles to knit in the round. And then she's like, oh, but you only need this needle on the size that you're going to be knitting with, and the other one could be a smaller one. And it's like, in my moment of panic where all my stitches are bunched up and I am about to just say, screw this, I'm going to rip it out, I was like, wait a minute. Where are my needles? Where's my thingy? And I'm like looking. I find the smallest needle that I had available, which is a size 3. I'm using size 7. I always size up because I'm a tight knitter. So the pattern calls for a size 6. I tried a size 5. I tried a size 4. And I tried a size 3. And with the size 3, I was able to correctly pull out my stitches. I didn't correctly pull my stitches. I was able to put a lifeline on my chia goose, and I pulled, and I was able to orient my stitches and then load them back into the needle. Why are you guys barking? You should see them when there's a hurricane. They don't bark. They're just whimpering on our bed. Anyways, so yeah, I was able to save my project, and I was so happy because I was just like, I am almost done with this thing, and then I have to do another thing. And I've never used, I think I've used a Turkish cast. I have used a Turkish cast on before. I do a lot of toe up socks. I like them better. I know how to do them both ways. It doesn't really bother me. It's just more like, what am I in the mood for? Toe up or cup down? So yeah. So anyways, I was able to save my project, and that's all that matters to me. I was so happy because the idea came from that tutorial. Oh my God, do people have nothing better to do? It seems like one of those days where everybody's like texting or calling for stupid stuff. Anyways, I am gonna stop this because I actually would like to sit down and knit. I don't know that there'll be a bit blah. I know words. I know them. Don't judge me. Okay, so I don't know that I'm gonna be recording a video next week. I don't know yet. Kids are gonna be in spring break next week. That means they're gonna be home. If I don't have a video next week, I'll try to hop in on Instagram. Cora likes doing that. She loves it. She loves doing the little videos and me uploading them, so that way she really does have a big appreciation for this, and I think she's trying to find ways to be helpful. And so I appreciate every person that comments, likes, shares, every new subscriber, because this is the kind of stuff that it's not just about me. Well, it is about me, but it's actually giving my kids a better understanding. And yes, they watch this. I know. Cora's gonna be okay. She had her stitches out yesterday. Her wound didn't completely close, so there's like a little area where it's not completely closed. You know, it happens. They put some closure strips on it, took out the stitches, put some closure strips on it. basically they told her, you're gonna have a nasty ugly scar. And as I explained to her, all badass bitches have nasty scars. And after that she was just like, well, I guess that's super cool. And I was like, oh, look at Titi Carey, she practically looks like a doodle pad. And after that she totally felt better. She's like, that's right, Titi Carey has a bunch of scars. And I'm like, that's right, she does. And don't you think Titi Carey's cool? Titi Carey's super cool. I'm like, okay then. So that's it. That's done. Um, we are not going anywhere this weekend. We don't plan on going anywhere this weekend. Um, Jerry's working this weekend. Uh, it's also before spring break, so the kids go through a transitional period. Usually, hopefully, it'll be this weekend. It's gonna be raining anyway. It's gonna be in the 30s and the 40s. Nobody wants to go out in that mess, I promise you. So, hopefully, I'll get to do a lot of knitting, which I haven't been able to do a whole lot. Um, yeah, that's it. I hope you have a good rest of your week and a good weekend. And remember that you are loved and appreciated. And don't forget to tell your loved ones too, and your friends. Because, life is short and fragile. And if you ever need a reminder of how crazy life can get, just remember to say a little prayer, positive thought, good vibe to all these people in Ukraine that are going through this very difficult time. Those are people, mothers losing children and all of that. It breaks my heart. I can't even watch the news in the morning anymore because it is literally, it's horrible to watch. I can only imagine. I cannot imagine what it's like going through that. So um yeah, we're gonna try to um continue to pray. If you're looking for an organization to donate to, World Kitchen, uh, Chef Jose Andres, he actually worked in Puerto Rico when Hurricane Maria happened. He went around the island cooking food for all the people there. I have a true appreciation for him. He is an amazing human, and I cannot even begin to tell you how good it feels to know that he is over there in the middle of this craziness trying to feed people. Such an amazing thing to do. Um, so if you're looking for an organization to donate, please donate to that one. I'm gonna go now because my dogs are getting impatient. And God knows, if they get too impatient, they might actually, oh look, I'm growing. I'm growing. Can you see my hair? It's crazy. Can you see it? Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go now. Take my dogs outside. Maybe they'll run around before it starts raining again. So, yeah, have a good weekend. Like, subscribe, comment. I read the comments, and if you want to vent or talk or anything of a sort, you can DM me at Chris King Notary on Instagram. It's just the quickest thing because I have all these things on my email right now and I cannot. So just send me a DM. I'll see it. I'm usually pretty good about answering. I usually answer comments or reply to comments within 24 hours. Yeah. And I hope you have an amazing, I don't know if you guys have spring break this week or not, but if you are, like me, have an amazing spring break. Spend some time with the kids. Oh, goodness. We're going to make churros. I don't know how to make churros, but we're going to make churros. So maybe I'll try to take a video so you guys can see. Okay, I'm going to go now. Really. Bye. I love you.